Today we're going to be checking out the brand new Prada Luna Rossa Ocean Le Parfum. So yeah, the trend continues. I guess that's not all that surprising. So this guy here is coming in at $175 for 100 ml, just like this. That's steep. And again, that is also something that has been common lately, just the insane high price of these designer Parfum elixir releases. Now, for what it's worth, I really like Luna Rossa Ocean Eau de Parfum. It's surprisingly good. It's one of the better, newer releases that they've put out recently. The original Ocean is fine, not that exciting. The EDP is a great improvement. So I have pretty high hopes for this one. It seems as though it's going to be perhaps more interesting and maybe a little bit more unique than what we've had previously. So we're just going to go ahead and open it up and we'll see how good it is. So here's the bottle. Has a red gradient. See, starting at the top there, and then it goes down to dark. And then also a nice little touch here, Le Parfum there at the bottom is in that same color red, just kind of tying it back together. Really cool. And these all do come with this little protector. So it says reposition when carrying. So if you were to ever travel with this, you could put that on there and it would keep it from getting sprayed inside your bag or whatever. So let's go ahead and spray this one on. That was already primed and ready to go. So I like it. It's definitely reminding me of the Eau de Parfum a little bit, for sure. Not so much reminding me of the original Ocean, the EDT, which is not really oceanic in and of itself, but is still kind of a sweeter, kind of sage, aromatic style scent. Doesn't really have much of that going on, but getting some of the Eau de Parfum style with a little bit of like a smoky, sweet spiciness. I'm kind of picking up a little bit of a cardamom, and I don't believe that's listed off either, but there's just a little bit of a warm, kind of dry, spicy kick. That kind of reminds me of how a cardamom would come across. This does have a lot more of a richness to it. I mean, you could tell that immediately. Has just kind of more kick, more power behind it, a little bit more impact with just how it's delivered. Like when you smell this one, it's the type of thing that kind of gets your attention a little bit more than some of the others do. So we'll take a look at the note breakdown here. Up top we have lemon, in the mid we have saffron, in the base we have oak and amber extreme. So I believe that amber extreme was used, it was either in the Eau de Parfum or it's been used here recently in some other new designer releases, like maybe YSL Myself is using it. I don't know. There's a few out there that's kind of starting to use that note now, and I believe it's just kind of another, you know, ambroxan derivative, essentially. Not 100% sure on that, but a lot of times when it's being used, I'm picking up on something of the sort, you know, some sort of ambroxan, ambergris, kind of blue fragrance undertone. That isn't as prominent here, however, but really is honing in on the spices. The saffron, sure, picking up on some of that, but I think there's more to the story than that, you know, compared to what they're listing with here. Some peppers, some cardamom, that sort of thing, tying back to a really nice, rich, warm, spicy scent. And again, I just have to continue harping on this, and it sounds like a broken record, but it's just bizarre to me. There is not anything about this that is oceanic. So if you're expecting an aquatic fragrance, this is not it. The Eau de Parfum isn't it, and really the Eau de Toilette isn't either. So I think that was kind of a really interesting choice that they did when creating these ocean named scents. I think that could be misleading because there are definitely some oceanic aquatic fragrances out there on the market. It's just not these. I think that's also kind of a little bit of a detriment to the scent because a lot of people are kind of getting tired of or getting fed up with the aquatic, oceanic smell trend. Because just like everything in fragrances, trends are very prominent. And so when there's so many aquatics out there with the Acqua di Gio line and everything else, you get tired of it, but these aren't it. This is something I could find myself really enjoying and gravitating towards a lot. And I was kind of in that same situation with the Eau de Parfum, but I could see this one becoming something that I'm going to end up liking a lot more. Now, you know, the time of year that we're moving into here, which is going to be summer right around the corner, not something I'm going to be really gravitating towards. So as far as this release lining up, you know, it's not working well for where we're at in our part of the world right now in terms of launch date, because it's just getting too warm out for this sort of thing. But I could see this being a fantastic fall scent, a really, really good cooler weather, warm, spicy, masculine scent. There is a little bit more of a traditional masculine approach to this one. Not to the level of an aromatic fougere or anything like that, but it just doesn't have the bubblegummy sweet style that a lot of new releases do have. So I think that's a big positive here. It just reminds me of like a La Nuit de l'Homme spice bomb style, just spicy, strong, head-turning, attention-grabbing, and masculine. I do enjoy it. I really like it. You know, the price is something that I'm not a fan of. Nobody's going to be, and that makes these videos, first impressions, and things like that hard, because it's you know, I'm judging the scent based off of how it smells. And I love it. I really am enjoying it. But then I go back and look at the $175 price tag, the fact that you could kind of start getting yourself into some niche at that price point. And that kind of is, it sucks. Now, I will say this, these new designers, these expensive ones, they're hitting discounters for quite a bit less than retail, kind of bringing them back down to earth. So I'm not going to say that you should go out and pay full retail for this one right now. I just don't really think that's something that's the best idea. Wait for it to hit discounters. They've been hitting discounters quicker than ever now as well, so something to kind of look into. I want to check one more thing here before we go on what kind of people are thinking this smells like. So on Fragrantica, let's take a look. The first one is Luna Rossa Ocean Eau de Parfum, so that's 17 to 11, 17 thumbs up, 11 thumbs down. Like I said, I'm getting some of that. The longer it sits on my skin, kind of the further away I get from that, though, a little bit. So it kind of starts off like that in the beginning, goes to something different later on. Next up, we have Mancera Lemon Lime, zero, not at all. I don't get any of that. I think they had some sort of citrus listed on here. What was it, a lemon? But I don't get a ton of it, really. Axe, which one is this? Axe, Instinct, don't know what it smells like off the top of my head, so I don't know. Invictus Victory Elixir. Not really. Invictus Victory Elixir doesn't have the same level of kind of smoky spiciness that this one has. Then we have like a Cuba scent, a couple of them, 3, 4, 5, 6, holy crap, 6 Cuba fragrances, which I have never smelled. They're the cigar looking ones. Haven't tried any of them. And we're just kind of getting, you know, weirder and weirder. CH Men Privé, that's an interesting one, but I'm not really getting that either. So yeah, there's a whole lot of just all over the place right there. Nothing all that accurate yet. I don't think this is like a one-to-one, oh, it smells exactly like this or exactly like that. This might be one of the more unique offerings as of late, at least in terms of not being a blue fragrance, not being a, you know, overly sweet bubblegummy scent, not being an iris scent, not being a ambroxan scent, blue scent, I guess I already said that. You guys get the idea. It's not following in any of those footsteps, really. Kind of more so doing its own thing, which I do like. So looking at this bottle here, I wanted to clarify, and that looks to be right. It's a true parfum. The only reason I'm saying that is because sometimes these Les Parfums releases will actually be like an Eau de Parfum or an Eau de Parfum Intense. Not the case here. It is a true parfum. So again, that doesn't necessarily justify the price point. I'm not saying that, but at least you are getting a full parfum concentration for this price point. Performance we're gonna have to see. I think it's gonna do pretty well. I think it's gonna be sitting closer to the skin like it is now. I think that'll be kind of what it does, but I do imagine that it'll probably have decent longevity. I think once this one hits discounters, and I could see it getting down to maybe 120, 130 to start off with, and maybe creep down a little bit more there, then I think it's gonna be something that would really be worth a pickup. Right now though, I wouldn't tell you to rush out there and buy it at retail. Now, again, like I said, the new release is hitting discounters quicker than ever. If you jump on my mailing list and texting list, every time new releases hit discounters, every time rare or discontinued fragrances hit discounters, I send out an email and a text allowing you the opportunity to make those purchases before they sell out. A lot of the stuff that I'm sending out notifications for are things that are in hot, People want them and they sell quick. So make sure you jump on there and you'll be able to get notified. That's gonna do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.